video of the custom lightsabers that I've ordered from the big three custom saber smiths. The first video I did was on a grab bag for a couple of Ultrasabers that I got. The second one is from Saberforge. I ordered this on January 27th from their Etsy store, excuse me, and it got here on April 2nd. So whatever the quick math of that is, probably about 9-10 weeks. Is how long it took it to get here. It was a little weird. I got an email from them saying that the shipping label was printed on the 25th of March, but it actually didn't ship until almost 7 days later. But when it did ship, it got here pretty quickly. So from Oregon to where I live in New England, so it was all the way across the country pretty quickly. Right off the bat, I can tell the packaging is a lot worse than Ultrasabers. This is basically how I got it. I mean, it's all torn apart and looks like the post office had to put this back together, or at least try to wrap a rubber band around it to keep it together. So obviously this is post office packaging, but if Ultrasabers can give you a pretty sturdy box, I would assume for around the same price that Saberforge should be able to do so as well, but apparently not. So now let's go ahead and open it up and see what we have. Now, this is pretty standard. This is actually an Archon, or an Archon, however you pronounce it. I thought the design looked pretty cool. It's not generally on their website, the Saberforge website, so when I saw it on Etsy, I bought it. Unfortunately, looking at Reddit lightsabers, I've heard there's some issues with that particular model. I know that there is the guy who owns it, or whoever, I think his name is Phil, he's been accused of swiping somebody's design for his saber. Fortunately, I didn't know that at the time. I probably wouldn't have purchased this particular one because there was a couple other ones that I was on the fence for that were on the Etsy store, but I did because I didn't know it at the time, so oh well. So we'll see what we have. All right. Okay. So box is kind of smashed as well. Let's see. This is the standard edition or champion edition, so it has an in-hilt recharger. Now, one of the things I do like about Saberforge, not having owned any of their sabers, so we'll see what it's actually like. But I do like that they, for around the price, you get some pretty neat features like a kill switch. You get, an in-hilt charger if you ask for it. So, I mean, obviously that's a nice feature. I mean, with something like Ultrasabers, they're gonna, all of that is kind of, everything is added. Everything costs. Obviously it's every little thing that you have added costs you a little bit of money. Whereas I think with Saberforge, at least it seems like a lot of their stuff is standard. So we'll see. All right, so instructions on how to use it. A business card. All right. This is the blade. Now I actually got the bulleted tip. I believe this is still mirrored tip though, so it's not going to be shined through. It's a pretty thick blade. I don't know if you can see that. For comparison, here is an Ultrasabers regular mid-grade blade. Obviously, much different color, much more silvery. Much thinner as well, a lot lighter. This one's obviously, you could smash the hell out of it and it would probably stand some serious abuse. Some glue residue in here. But it looks pretty clean down the actual blade, so that's nice. I mean, at least cleaner than this one. They look like they're about the same diameter, so I'm gonna throw them both in here for comparison purposes. So let's see. Little Allen wrench. See, and like this is what I'm talking about. So like, you order something from Ultrasabers, you got to pay $1 for an Allen wrench for, you know, the plug, which is fine, but you know, for what it is. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of Allen wrenches laying around, but they should just give you one, in my opinion. All right, so here it is, CoverTech knob, and I say CoverTech, not CoverTech. D-ring here, pretty cool. Now the edges are sharp as hell. This is not something I'm going to be letting my kid play with, so I'll have to figure out as far as sanding that down. So I can see you could probably cut yourself pretty good with some of this if you're not careful. But yeah, the edges are pretty sharp even along all these detailing here. It's definitely much. I mean, this is obviously, this is the, what did I say this was, Dark Sentinel that I got, LE4 from Ultrasabers. This is very smooth. I mean, it actually, this has kind of like a mag-lighty feel to it, but this is, it looks a lot better. I'm getting some fingerprints on it here, and it looks really cool, but yeah, unfortunately the machining is sharp. So I mean, you could obviously cut yourself with this, but it's pretty big. And about the same length as this Sentinel here, but yeah, pretty cool. And the blade plug is way nicer than the one I got with Ultrasabers. So let's see here. Let's test it out.
Saberforge Archon.
Alright, so I got this in Indigo, so this should be kind of a bluish purple. Let's see what I got. Well, that's interesting. It's definitely a reddish purple. Sounds not bad. I don't know if you can see this, but what's interesting... Oh, the hell? Alright, well I guess this thing has blaster block as well, although it's not flashing when that happens. Interesting. So one of the things I can tell about this is that it actually, when it's flashing up against the wall here, you can see the red and the blue dye. You can see the distinction between the two. So that's kind of interesting. Let's get the blade plug out. Now this is a 12 watt. Yeah, it's much better blade plug. I like that a lot better. This is 12 watt. I can't tell how many. It's got to be more than one. I don't even know what it is though. Yeah, we'll try it out. All right, let's put the blade in and see what it looks like. What the hell? Oh. All right. Well, the retention screw fell out already. Well, that's very fortunate that I saw that happen. Let's see if we can get this back in there. It's very, very short compared to the one in the Ultrasabers. In the Ultrasabers, you can take it out and it sticks out a good half an inch, and it's still got plenty more in there. So let's see if I can get this back in there. And I'm not going to tighten it up, but let's see it. Actually, maybe I will, so I can swing it around. Yeah, this is a really nice purple, this indigo color. It's a kind of a deep purple, and I really do like that. Obviously, the 12 watt, it's way brighter down here, and it goes all the way up, and it kind of obviously tapers off down there, but it's a lot brighter than the one in the Ultrasabers for obvious, because that's just a grab bag with a single die. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Alright. Now just for ha-has, let's see what it looks like at this mid-grade blade for comparison purposes. Fits pretty good in there. Actually, it's slightly wider, but I'm kind of curious to see how this looks. Let's see. barely swinging it, or barely turning it, and it's pretty reactive. Obviously, the blade color seems to be a lot more even through here with the Ultrasaber's blade. It's kind of cool. Alright, so let's put this back in here. This kill switch. And just for comparison purposes, just because I'm a glutton for punishment, let's just see what this Ultrasabers or Saberforge blade looks like in this single die Ultrasabers. Now this one is in Guardian Blue. Oh wow, so really deep blue color. It's actually a lot better looking color-wise than this one, but obviously very bright down here, and then it really tapers off down here, but it is kind of cool. Obviously, I have kind of a crappy camera. Well, not kind of, but it is a crappy camera, so I don't know if you can tell that, but it looks distinctly different than it does the Ultrasabers version. Let's just see this for comparison's sake. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's see what it looks like with the lights off. Alright, so just because I've got it sitting here, I'm going to do the Ultrasabers with the Saberforge blade. Yeah, it looks good in the dark. I have to say I do actually like the Saberforge blade, even though it's heavier. I guess it has the white or the kind of opaque color to it, so it seems to do the color a lot better than the clear Ultrasabers. So, just for comparison, in the dark, here's the mid-grade blade. Now, obviously, I don't know if you can tell the difference. I'll have to go back and look at the playback, but I can't. Yeah, it definitely looks, the Saberforge blade looks definitely more lightsabery, more solid, whereas this, you can definitely see, it's the emptiness here on the Ultrasabers mid-grade blade. Alright, so let's just see what it looks like. That's interesting. It did not boot back up, so hopefully this thing hasn't already done something wrong with it. Alright. And it will not turn on. So I don't know if that means it needs a charge. I don't know what that means at all. That's rather unfortunate. So obviously I can't show you what it looks like in the dark because nothing's happening now that I put the kill switch back off. So I guess I'll charge it. I'm not going to do a separate video for showing this in the dark. I don't see any point to that. So let's put it back on. Alright, so I guess I'll have to read the instructions and see what the deal is with that. Maybe it just needs to be charged. Hopefully that's what it is. So all in all, I mean, it's nice. I mean, I'd say it's much nicer as far as design goes and workmanship goes than the Ultrasabers. This obviously has a very industrial kind of tubey, like I said, maglite feel to it. This feels kind of, pretty close to what you would maybe expect a weapon to feel like. So we shall see. So I think of the two, I think I prefer. Oh, I definitely prefer the Saberforge. Now, obviously, I didn't spend anywhere near as much money as I did on this as I did on this, but at the same time, even with the grab bags, for Ultrasabers, you're gonna get, the designs are basically the same. Now, obviously, they have some much nicer ones, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it is that you're gonna get with these. Other than the sharp edge issue, which seems to be a little bit of a sloppiness to it, which is unfortunate. It's a little sharp. It's not very comfortable to hold. But otherwise, I mean, it's, you know, the cover tech doesn't really get in the way as far as I can tell. So yeah, I definitely would rate this much better than this. Obviously, I paid a lot less for this, so that's to be expected. I would at least hope that's the case. But obviously, you can go run the gamut. I mean, you could, after you put on all the features in this, it would cost almost as much as this. And this, I think, is much nicer, even if you were just having it set on the shelf. So I have ordered one from Vader's Vault, which seems to be the gold standard. That will be here hopefully sometime in the summer. So when I get that, I'll post another video. And then obviously when I have the Vader's Vault blade, I'll compare, you know, all three using the Vader's Vault blade, the Saberforge blade, and the Ultrasabers blade, just to kind of get an idea of what each one looks like with the various blades, because I don't see that a lot. And then if I'm feeling very expensive, and if, or, you know, well, that doesn't instill me with confidence. Huh. Well, hopefully that's not an issue that I'll be running into a lot. So I want to put the kill key back in, and of course it just started back up. So that instills me with tons of confidence. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that works out. Yeah, so when the Vader's Vault gets here, I'll do that, and then obviously if I feel like wasting a hell of a lot of money and waiting 4 more years, and if my worthless brother ever gets off his can and designs the custom saber that I wanted for Hamptons, I'm going to probably put down a deposit on that, but I think the guy told me it was like a 47-month wait period, so me and Christ, I probably won't even care about this stuff by the time that gets in here. Alright, so let's just see, just because I got it working. Yeah, it's pretty cool in the dark. I do have to say, I really like the color. It's a real nice deep purple, this indigo. It's bright as hell too. That's pretty cool. Now let's just see while I got it here, while I got the thing working. Who knows how long that'll last. And this is so that first one was the Saberforge blade. This is the Ultrasabers mid-grade blade. Yeah. So, well, that again didn't instill me with confidence. I was barely moving it, and it did it like I swung it 3 times. So, we'll see. We'll see if it's worth the price I paid, right? Alright, so that's that. Pretty much done playing with this for now. So, yeah, expect another video when I get this all done. I will let you guys know, and we'll kind of compare the 3, and we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, alright, thanks.